my channel. Hey yo, listen up, listen up, yeah. Hey yo, the wireless woman.
You in charge of the girls, right?
I am in charge of the girls.
Are you in charge of the girls?
I am in charge of the girls.
Okay.
All right. Hey yo, Wi-Fi's. Welcome back to yet another underground transmission of the Wireless Woman. I am your wireless woman. Go ahead and do that favor for me on the way in and like this video. Why? Because when you like it, well, I love it. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And click the bell for notifications of when I go live and when I upload new content. So, listen, there has been a lot of things going on, in the media. I can't keep up. I can't. But one thing struck me that I wanted to come in and talk about today, and that is things that Halle Bailey can learn from Simone Biles. Maybe listen, I am invigorated. I am inspired by the things that young Black women are accomplishing. I think it's the greatest time to be alive for Black women right now, and I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it as a milestone millennial, as an older, well, I won't say older, as a older Black woman that's growing into my eldership. This is the first time, I think the first generation that's been able to teach their predecessors about how to live, not just like technology and stuff like that, but actually, I mean, we walked so that some of these women could run and some fly. So I think it's beautiful to see the types of contributions that young Black women are making to the entertainment industry. Women like Marsai Martin, women like Halle Bailey. She's actually done and made a lot of really savvy business moves outside of just being a female entertainer. However, baby, these love lives, they gonna get you every time. Okay, you could be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, but you are always, as a Black woman, especially in corporate, that's about. But as a Black woman, you're always going to be looked down on to a certain extent for the type of partnerships you put yourself in personally. Trust me, I know. And it's been beautiful to watch a woman as successful, as talented as Simone Biles is, marry a man who truly seems to love her. Now, we know when it comes to Black marriage, gotta watch and see. Gotta watch and see. But what I will say is a lot of Black women jumped in comments dragging Simone for her hair or for different things, but y'all some haters. Y'all just jealous. Seeing, the pictures from her wedding, her and her husband, Jonathan Owens, it shows a testament of what young Black love can be. And this is all to the backdrop of a lot of real toxic young Black relationships. You know, we haven't heard anything about this young man in the news. We haven't heard anything about them breaking up, nothing in their social media that degrades the other. Yeah, see, that's what you're supposed to choose when you've elevated yourself to the highest level of inspiration and adoration of other people. You choose the type of man that is going to hold you to and at that level of esteem. Baby, I'm going to need Halle Bailey to get there because it's hard to believe that a young woman who should be celebrating such big wins has high self-esteem when your man making you look silly in the media for what? For clout? And I could compare this situation against what's going on with Krishan Rock, but I won't simply because Krishan Rock has not accomplished for herself anything outside of what's going on between her and Blueface. Anything she could have accomplished for herself, don't get me wrong, she has all the ability and potential that these other women have. But her and Blue are chasing clout together. So this is different. We are watching Halle Bailey pull away in success from her partner. And it could be like a Rihanna ASAP Rocky situation where he's just there and happy to be a resource support person for her and whatever is going on in their personal lives, we're not privy to it. I mean, ASAP got caught up in some stuff with that woman that time. But everybody came out and said, it wasn't what the media was trying to say it was. Seems like they got cleared up and then there was the whole like gun charge thing. Anyway, that wasn't a good example. But my point is, he hasn't been defaming and degrading Rihanna in a public setting and a public eye. Listen, Halle Bailey, you got to get rid of DDG. It's like what Tina Turner, rest in peace, taught us all. What does love have to do with it?
What's love got to do? It's got to do with it.
At a certain point, as Black women are beginning to enjoy the successes that have been denied to us for so long, the successes that women of other races and cultures and ethnicities have already enjoyed, long enjoyed, we have to begin to understand that love is not that same commodity. You got to think of it like the devil wears Prada. Most people of certain means, of certain classes, they just understand it so much better than we as Black women do. And I was challenged because I was talking to someone about that, and I was saying, so often as women, we have these lists of things like he's got to be 6 feet, and he's got to have 6 figures, and he's got to this and that and that and this. And men complain about it, but who cares what they think? They don't have to date men, so they don't understand what those specifications correspond to. When men make a certain amount of money, they're more confident than men who are struggling. And those men will partner with you in a different way because they want you and don't need you. And that need doesn't turn into resentment because they have the options to get what they want. So when they choose you, they've chosen out of an understanding and a knowing of who they are, not out of a necessity. So sometimes men think, we're ridiculous for having these specifications and standards, but they don't understand what it's like to be in a relationship with someone after you've lowered all your standards for them. Only the person who you lowered expectations and standards and boundaries for benefits in that relationship. So, but at the same time, a lot of times we have all these specifications for what makes a good man. And it's good to have those, those basic qualifiers. But what's more and most important with all of that, when you actually find this man who meets those standards, because I'm saying this as an elder woman, I mean, I'm not elderly, but I'm older and I'm old enough to be able to say that I've had that man several times.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I've had that man so many times. That's where all this audacity comes from. Because, baby, I'll be like, in 15 minutes, another bus will be here.
I'm a savage. Yeah.
with a good man on it. I've had enough good men to be able to say there are good men out there. Great men, now that's different. But a lot of times the difference between what makes a good man and a great man is the woman that he chooses. So you'll meet a lot of good men. But what a lot of times we as women don't end up assessing for in our encounters and our interactions with these men is whether they're good for us, whether they make us better. And I asked this one woman that, I said, but how do you feel when you're around him? Okay, he's this great guy. He's got money. He's got access. He's good looking. He's good in bed. But how does he make you feel when you're not of use to him? Does he make you feel like a burden? Does he make you feel like a chore? Because if you do, then maybe you got a good man, but you don't have the right man. And Halle-Bailey, you don't have the right man. And anybody that's in a relationship like this or looking at this relationship thinking that it's goals, you might be a Sierra in the future, but you're never going to be a Sierra and a Russell. You're never going to be a Simone and Jonathan. If you let somebody play in your face like that and you let other men watch that man play in your face like that, I want to hear what you think, what you have to say. I mean, do you see what I see? Feel as I feel?
But if you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, and if you would seek as I seek.
If so, go ahead and drop that fire headphones emoji in the comments. I look forward to engaging with y'all there. But until the next transmission, y'all go ahead and clock out for me.
Now, this is your place, but I am in charge of the girls. You can just kiss my ass.